Hi, we're James and Rob and this is our dog Oscar. It's a really steep learning curve when you start your motorhome, campervan or caravan journey, and there is lots that we wish we had known. So we decided to document what we have learned and share with you our adventures as we head out on the road again. Welcome to Cobleland's campsite in the Trossachs. This was about a 95-mile journey from Moffat, which was fairly pain-free, except for the last part, which is down some quite windy roads. In fact, you have two ways of entering into here. You can either cross over this bridge if you take the first sign turning to Cobleland, or you can come down this road, which is what we did. So that's taking the second sign. So as I said, it was about a 2-hour drive from the Moffat site, and it's about 92 miles. And it's down the A84, which is what this road is. And don't worry, I'm not really driving this fast. We've just sped up the video. And then you come off this main A84 road and you head into more country roads as you head towards Cobleland. And you can see here the last part of the drive as we arrive at that second entrance I mentioned, which avoids going over that narrow bridge, and we're arriving at Cobleland itself. Now, Cobleland is a camping in the forest site, so it's quite different to the site that we've just come from. And you'll drive down here and you will come to the reception area, which is this white building on the left, and then you will meet the friendly ranger. As you can see, someone's just checking in now, who will give you two options of where you can park. So depending on whether you've booked a grass pitch or a hard standing pitch, you can see the differences. So let's just have a wander around and I'll show you around the site. So you can see the area on the left, which is near the river, is reserved for tents. Now we're here in September, so the midges aren't bad at all, but I could imagine that during the summer months it might be quite full of midges. You can see how the river is here. Then as we scan across, you can see the other caravans and campervans that have parked on the grass area. And all the pitches, well, most of the pitches actually have electricity, and there are various water points and disposal points around the site. So let's just walk around here. I really like this environment. It's so my personal preference is that it's a lot nicer than the larger camping and caravan club sites, although of course it doesn't have so many facilities. You can see up on the left is the toilet block, which we'll walk past. I'm actually walking through, well, someone's plot here, and the electricity points. I think they're probably 10 amp points rather than 16, because we did manage to trip once last night. So nevertheless, then on the left here you can see that little wooden area is where you can fill up with water, which is what we did when we arrived. First of all, makes life a little bit easier. And then as we walk around, I think it's Tuesday today, so the site is quite a lot emptier than it was yesterday. But we follow around where that lovely oh no, the camper's not going that way. I thought it was going to go up the hill, but I'll take you up to the hill to where we are. Actually, if you follow the path down this way, it takes you to, just outside of the site, it takes you to a tarmacked cycle path that you can cycle. It's about 2 miles, it's really flat, and it takes you all the way into Aberfoyle. Or you can walk or cycle down this track that we're just walking to now. We've actually done both of these, and again it's absolutely beautiful, full of with the lake, or the river rather, and just beautiful countryside. So you can walk through here where it says dog walks, and that is just a lovely walk. I'd highly recommend it. And again, you can walk all the way into Aberfoyle, which is well worth the trip. It's the small town on one street, but with some really interesting shops and some great food as well. So it's definitely worth the walk. Yeah, this is the pathway that takes you down to the river. If you watch one of our other videos, you'll have seen that walk that we did. And then as you drive up here, you come to the hard standing pitches, which is where we are, and they're really interesting. It's quite a different environment to the grass down below, and you've got quite a choice. Some are sort of tucked away on the hill. When we arrived yesterday, we didn't have, most of the pictures were taken, so it's a lot quieter today. But up here there's more pictures, and these look like some semi-permanent sites where people are obviously here for a while. But you can see the pictures here. This is one without power, so you get a number of choices. I think it costs us about £23 a night to have a hard standing pitch with power, so that's really good value. Again, there's another water point and a grey water disposal, and then on the left here you can see this is us parked, so right in the trees with the van all set up. We actually arrived yesterday. Here is another pitch. You see how spacious they are. We would have probably picked this one yesterday had it been available, but we're leaving tomorrow, so we couldn't be bothered to go and move the van. Then on the left here you can see the shower and toilet block. We haven't been inside there, and I think you need a code to get in, which I don't have on me, so I can't show you in there, but it has a number of showers and toilets, and there's also a laundrette, so all the things that you would expect. In fact, let's have a walk down there, see what we can see. You can actually take steps down here which will take you back down to the entrance. I just walked you around the long way, but if we walk down here you can see the gents toilets here, and there's the showers on your left. There's also a laundrette around the other side, and also an area to wash your dishes as well, so I guess pretty standard. Like I say, we tend to use the shower and washing facilities in our van because we paid to have them in the van, so why not use them? It's kind of our thinking, and they're perfectly adequate. And then the site carries on around here. You can see a couple more pitches. We thought yesterday that we would park on this pitch number 62, but there was another van on whatever that pitch is there, and so it felt quite close. But obviously these would be great pitches. I mean, this one here, number 63 I think it is, would be a fantastic pitch, and you would definitely feel like you were in the forest, so the site lives up to its name. And again, wandering up here are a bunch more sites. Now this is a hard standing pitch, but it doesn't have any power, and these are a few more pitches that again don't seem to have any power. So you've got quite a choice here, whether you want grass, whether you want hard standing, whether you want power, and I think they're all priced accordingly depending on what your needs are. But again, you know, we've got probably the most expensive pitch, and it costs us £23, so you really can't complain about that, can you? I'm getting out of breath. And the site carries on round here. We didn't actually walk this far, but again, these look like sort of people that have been here for a while, so I'm not quite sure what the deal is. Maybe they pitch up for the summer and spend the summer here, but certainly this is a site, if you want to feel almost like you're wild camping and you're in the middle of nowhere, then this is going to be, I think this is the end of it here, this is going to be a site for you. And you are literally seconds away from both great walks and also great cycle rides, which was one of the attractions for us. And I mean, we've been super lucky with the weather. The weather is really mild today, late September. We haven't had any rain. It's been blue sky, and so we are fortunate with the weather, and we're just sort of heading into autumn, and as you can see we're straight into a walkway here into the forest, so it is really great in that respect. So that's Cobleland in the Trossachs. We're about 26 miles from Glasgow and about 50 miles from Edinburgh, and it's the perfect second stop point for us on our journey as we head north into Scotland. So I hope you found that review useful. If you've got anything to add, please do leave a comment, and of course please hit the subscribe button and share this with your friends, because we're trying to make sure we can help lots of people. And I know for sure we've always found it super useful when we have been planning a trip to find reviews of sites, which is why we're doing them. A lot of the sites that we're visiting on this trip either didn't have a review, or the reviews were sort of 5, 7, 8 years old and therefore probably quite out of date. So we wanted to make sure that we are leaving a fair review of sites. Now, would we come back to this site again? Absolutely. It's exactly the kind of site we enjoy. It's really quiet. It's very laid back. The wardens are very laid back, and it's not overcrowded, as you can see, so you don't feel like you're in a car park. Doesn't have a ton of facilities, but we don't really worry too much about that. At some point on this trip we're going to want to do laundry, and in fact all the sites we've been to so far have had laundry facilities, so I'm sure that will continue. I should say another really useful thing about this site is that you're never very far away from a water point and a grey waste point, which I think is great. So if you look at where, like there's one here on our left, and if there's one over there straight ahead, and then if you look where we are parked just beyond the washrooms, then you will see that there's a water point and a grey waste point just beyond the van, which is really useful. So anyway, I hope you found that useful. As I said, please hit the subscribe button and let us know other kind of things you would like to see when we're doing these reviews, so we can make them as useful for you as possible.